Hello, hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher, and for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and this is something I'm very excited about. It's something that I didn't think or know that I needed in my life, but then I saw it pop up on YouTube, and I was like, add to playlist. And it is ATEEZ's Hongjoong, and he is covering Numb by Linkin Park. I love Linkin Park. I love Numb. And I feel like I haven't really had the opportunity, or I haven't really taken the opportunity to hone in on Hongjoong's vocals since ATEEZ was one of my boy bands of the month on this channel months and months and months ago. I feel like the majority of the ATEEZ reactions I've done since then have been their stressor moments episodes, which I have to go back and finish now that I'm saying it. But I haven't really had the opportunity to like focus on him as a vocalist, so I'm very interested to see what he does with the song. Just because I love Linkin Park, I love this song, and I love ATEEZ, and I never really pictured the two worlds in the same universe, or like when I think ATEEZ, Linkin Park is not the first thing that pops into my head. So the fact that these two different worlds that I love in my head are like colliding, it makes me excited. So we're gonna dive in and just see what he does. Love, fashion, love, live. Such a beautiful profile. Oh, that little tongue.
I'm tired of being what you want me to be. Feeling so faithless, lost under the surface. Don't know what you're expecting of me, but under the pressure, walking in your shoes.
Sorry to pause it. I like how the music is very sort of, I don't know, creepy, slinky, haunting, like almost haunted house, Halloween, dark kind of vibe to it. I enjoy this.
Just calling the undertow, calling the undertow, just calling the undertow, calling the undertow, just calling the undertow. I can feel anything. I become so numb, I can feel you there. Become so tired, so much more aware. I'm becoming this, I want to do. Be more like me and be less like you.
That smile though. Okay.
Just calling the undertow, just calling the undertow. I'm so tired, becoming this. I want to be more like me and be less like you.
It was a very, like I said, dark, kind of electronic-ish take on the song. And I appreciated the changes they made, because again, when I think of ATEEZ, the first thing that pops in my mind is not Linkin Park. So I know that Hongjoong doesn't have that same sort of like screamo distortion that Chester had in his voice. Chester was a brilliant vocalist, and you can tell that he wasn't just like screaming the whole time. Like, he had some level of training to where like you could hear it in the softer parts of his voice when he was just singing lightly and pleasantly, and then to be able to maintain that sort of like screamo quality, like you have to have a certain level of training or something so you're not hurting and damaging your voice. So he was just a very, very special cookie. I miss him terribly. But yeah, Hongjoong doesn't necessarily have that screamo distortion, so what they did in place of that, which was a very smart choice, they added, he played it a lot more low-key, and like the intensity that he was giving, he wasn't giving you like big screamo energy vocals. Like, he was giving you a little bit more volume, but it wasn't like big screamo stuff. And then they just added some vocal effects on his voice during those parts in like post-production. So I think it was very wise the way they went about manipulating his voice to still kind of give you a similar-ish effect without it being a carbon copy. And like I said, it just gave this sort of, I don't know, underground, dark, like if this were a mid-2000s sci-fi action movie and we were in a vampire club, so like Queen of the Damned or something along those lines, I could see this being played just as like background music in a club scene. We're filled with a bunch of people, a sea of people in this like dark underground club scene. Like, that's the kind of vibe this arrangement gave me, and I really, really enjoyed it. And you could tell that he was enjoying himself. He just had this stage presence about him. His eyes, the way he would look at the camera and draw you in, the little tongue that he would do frequently, his body language, the way he was tossed around the microphone, or the way he would grab the microphone, like he was enjoying being in this setting and giving you off this vibe. Like, it was very, very enjoyable. It was a great cover without it being like a copycat carbon copy sort of performance. I really, really enjoyed it. And like I said, it's just something that I didn't think that I needed, but you know, I'm glad that it's here. And the fact that this is number 5 tells me that there's potentially a number 1, 2, 3, and 4 and others. So I don't know if this is similar to like what Only One Of has done relatively recently, where each one of their members has put out like a little solo song or solo venture. So I don't know if this means the other members have also put out. So actually, I'm just going to look up their YouTube right now.
20 minutes later.
Okay, I'm like 3 years back in their catalog now, and I'm not seeing anything that at least seems to follow a trend of what I was looking for. So maybe there's not. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe there's not 4 others, potentially more covers or something. I don't know. If there are, you guys can let me know. There's just a lot of content ATEEZ wise here, so I might just not be looking close enough. I might just be getting lost in the shuffle. If you guys know of other covers that they did as part of like a series, you guys can let me know. But either way, I thoroughly enjoyed this. As basically the overarching premise of this Topher's Thought section, and I wanted to see if there were other things that I could also watch and react to and just add to my personal library, because I thoroughly enjoyed. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction and the 10 minutes of me searching through their archives that I'm probably gonna have to cut out of this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications, be notified when all of my shenanigans get posted. If you'd like to see more of my ATEEZ content, you can check out my ATEEZ reaction playlist. The link is down in the description. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. Don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I'll see you